Hello, welcome to Finding a Partner, Singles Over 60 with Carolyn. That is me. I want to welcome you to my channel, and I do hope you'll subscribe as we discuss some of your own personal stumbling blocks to finding a partner for the rest of your days. One of the first things I want to say, and I'll keep reminding you, is that differentiate finding a partner from looking for a partner. Often looking for a partner can mean that you're playing for the field, waiting for the right person to come along with just the right chemistry or the right kind of excitement, or his looks are just perfect, or he lives in a great big place on the lake, or she has a body that you would just be the envy of your whole state for, or those things that we call that I say can be very fickle, especially when you're in your older years, because for us at our age over 60, our looks, our appearance, our health, all of these things can be very fickle. You've heard me say before, gravity can take us all down into the gutter. So your relationship, I hope, would be based on some issues of substance. One of the first things that I find is a pitfall or a stumbling block to all of us is that we don't bother to establish a contract. A contract does not need to be legally binding, and a contract does not necessarily mean to be marriage. You and I and everybody else know who've ever been divorced that the contract of marriage can be broken just like any other contract, verbal or otherwise, but it needs to be discussed. You don't need to get involved with someone where you assume that you have stated very clearly what you want without stating very clearly that you're interested in what your partner wants as well. For example, I have people who say, well, we agreed that we wouldn't go fishing. Well, maybe you didn't go fishing. Did your partner go? You need to differentiate those things. Just because you don't want to go fishing does not mean that your partner agrees that he's never going to go fishing again. Same thing with golfing. My husband loves to golf. I'm afraid of flying balls. I don't want to be near a golf course. You know, one of the things he could have said to me before we got together is, well, one of the things I want you to know is I expect you to learn to golf. I would have to say I'm very sorry. But you go golfing all you want to. So you need to understand that your likes and your dislikes will not always be like those of your partners, and you need to contract those things right up front. There's so many things to be contracted. I've only given you a small instance of hobbies, things that you like or don't like. But what about your adult children? There will be a different set of standards if you and your partner get together, because both of you, each of you, will change from things that you've done in the past, and you will merge together and you will make a life together with different kinds of things and different kinds of expectations within your home. You know, maybe it once was the grandchildren could not eat in the den or the living room, they had to eat in the dining room, and your new partner says, come on into the den, bring the popcorn, bring the Cokes, bring the soda pops, I'll clean it up later. We don't know, but those things need to be discussed up front. What about your finances? Are you going to discuss your finances? Are you going to keep your finances completely separately and have a prenup? Are you from the silent generation where you really believe, okay, this is going to be for the rest of my life. I don't have a whole lot, but what I have, I'm going to stick in a pile. You put it in the pile. We'll spend it till it's gone. That sort of thing. You need to look at those things. Don't assume that just because you've been married that you meet somebody that you like and the bells, buzzers, and whistles are going off, and all of a sudden this is all going to be just fine because we have chemistry. Your chemistry is not going to do anything for you when your partner gets up and says, I'm going on a 3-day golf trip. You need to contract this in advance. Your chemistry and your looks are not going to do anything for you when you say, honey, here come the grandkids. They're coming in with pizza and Cokes and chips, and we're going to all have a slumber party in the middle of the den. Discuss these things. Discuss these things before you ever decide that the chemistry is going to overrule everything you have. Because if you don't discuss these things, you don't know where you stand. I hope that you will subscribe to my channel. I will see you again tomorrow when I'm going to read an email that I received from a woman who's been dating a man for 8 years and is going nowhere. I'll see you then. Please subscribe. Goodbye.